guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Royal. I'm racing again, and today we're in the Boss 302 rebuilt for Spa. It has the V8 motor and race tires and all that fun jazz. Now going into La Source, little bit of love taps. Not really the most insane turn one, but either way, that is on par for Forza Motorsport stats are concerned. Right now, heading into Eau Rouge and Red Leon. Can never pronounce that. I ended up going to the back of camshaft here. Completely my fault. Universe. Whoever's in that. I'm not even quite sure what that is, and I didn't really catch his name. But we also got an S2000 coming in like a wrecking ball. Either way, going through Eau Rouge, people were breaking through there. A lot of those that know Spa pretty well typically don't break there, so kind of threw people off the loop. And I was going through Les Combs. I ended up getting spun out by an RX-7. He's not sticking around for me to recover. Even then, I don't know if there is truly someone at fault. It's most likely just a standard racing incident. But either way, I mean, it is what it is. I managed to recover. Chasing down this 8-brained and what I think is a Datsun. Skipping ahead to where some actual racing happens. Now he's trying to get past the unwise Tarsier. I think Camjack got spun out by someone. But either way, 8-brained and I are trying to get past unwise Tarsier because for those that don't realize, he's the one that really slowed down Eau Rouge, and at least I think he's on stock tires. I went through some of the stats of other drivers and seen some of them were on race tires, and about half the grid were on stock tires. So really not what you want for a track like Spa. And was going into the chicane. 8-brain is trying to get around them. Unwise is blocking him off. I had to brake a little bit there just to avoid going into the back of Unwise there. Not quite sure what he was thinking bringing that car to this track, but he takes the inside out of La Source, pushes 8-brain out of the way. Not quite sure if that was intentional, not quite sure if maybe he's just trying to cause a ruckus on this track, but either way, going into Eau Rouge and Rad Leon, again, I don't know how to pronounce that. He breaks there. I managed to get around on the inside, don't know how I managed to do it. Small collision there. Camshaft went in on the outside. Managed to get an off-track penalty though, so it didn't fare as well. Going into Les Combs and Malmedy, I'm trying to keep straight on the Kemmel straight. I let Camshaft through because I was not set up for Les Combs at all. You never want to be on the inside lane when going into this little section. You will mess it up almost every time. And it was going into Bruxelles. I'm trying to keep up with Camshaft and 8-brain here. Looks like 8-brain is getting in the way of Camshaft, which is really slowing down Camshaft. Now Camshaft was 3rd place in practice, so 8-brain gets spun out. Camshaft gets the penalty for it. He's saying just how much he appreciates it, and he had every right to be mad about that. So we're just going to go ahead and skip ahead, because most of it was me chasing out Obi Dun Kenobi. And he had 2 seconds and 10, or 2.1 seconds in penalties, so trying to catch up to him. I didn't have to 100% pass him for 10th place, but I did have to get it to where I got him down to 1.9 seconds ahead of me. Now I did get a small penalty going into a double gouge due to the fact that I did abuse track limits just a little too much. Going into the chicane, I do manage to close the gap just a little bit more, but he does start pulling ahead because he does get the really good corner exit. Almost go off track there. I had to let off the gas. Keeping him in 1.9 seconds. But here we are crossing the line. I don't know if I got it there or not. Let's bring up the final results. Okay, I did manage to lose position, but how turn 1 was a bit of a craziness, so let's move on to the next race, shall we? Alright, taking it to Barcelona. I'm in the Corvette Stingray. Now, I still haven't really touched the tune all that much. My webcam stopped working. And, of course, I get the biggest freeze frame ever. And again, it was the game messing up. Luckily, I didn't crash, and I ended up basically just starting an impromptu from the back challenge, luckily. But so far, it didn't seem like many people around here really knew how to drive, so I was able to at least gain some positions back before I lost too much time. Or had to rage quit after that little game mishap. Now, I don't know if that freeze frame came from my PC, the Forza servers, or what, but all I know is it was very unexpected, and it left me wondering what the hell happened. But anyways, we ended up getting past Campsa, going into the Cokes. I did end up catching up to Marshall and the Duck Pond Boys, who's doing battle with another Metacar. Again, I don't know if the Honda S2000 is considered a Metacar anymore, because in B-Class it seems to be a really good car to use, but by the way, it looks like we had someone make some sandcastles. Looks like it was another S2000. Porsche going into the back of them. Marshall getting around the Porsche. I'm trying to get around the Porsche as well. Taking the New Holland a little wider than I normally would like to. Going off. Getting blocked off by the Porsche. I do have to make a little bit of contact there just to make it to where I can get back on the track. Luckily, nothing too crazy happened. Catching up to Marshall as of right now, though. Breaking at that 150 board going into turn 1 going into Worth. Executing this really well. I still got that Porsche right on my back, but as of right now, he seems to have a little bit more grip than I do. And as far as probably a hell of a lot later as well. So going into Campsa, just easing off the gas, letting the car coast through it. Now here we are going through here. Toyota Supra making, well, not making sandcastles, but he was mowing some grass real quick. Now here I'm breaking at that 100 board, and I end up getting rear-ended by that Porsche there, who seemed to want to keep on going. I don't know if he was 100% trying to just push me out of the way, or if he just was not ready to have me or see me brake quite that much. This thing isn't really all that good around corners, so I do have to brake quite a bit more. I guess he's expecting everyone to be on race tires or something, I don't know. But either way, going into the chicane, I do manage to get around him for a split second, but he does get a pretty good exit. Gets right back around me at New Holland, but after the get off of New Holland, I get around him real easily. Just pull right around. He says good race, and I'm hoping to not see him for the rest of the race, but I'm going to go ahead and speed ahead, because honestly, guys, I like learning where my opponents have their braking points. So there I go, braking again, and he rear-ends me once again, pushing me out of the way. And to be honest, I try to be as consistent as I can with my braking points. So I don't know if maybe the guy in the Porsche driven by Moon was maybe focusing too much on the racing line or his braking point to remember there is someone in front of him. So maybe, like I said, I don't want to say it was 100% his fault, but at the same time, he did try taking off the past 2 times. He essentially, I don't want to say rammed me off the track, but he did run in the back of me and tried taking off. So, by the way, getting around him once again, we're having this little back and forth. I think he says good race once again. But either way, I managed to get past him. I'm hoping that I don't have to deal with him anymore. Going into turn 1, I do take this a little wide. He ends up trying to close the gap a little bit, but luckily I'm able to pull through. Going through this little chicane here, I do manage to block him off pretty well. And that's where he says good race. Obviously he's liking the battle, but I do end up going off, making sandcastles and mowing grass all at the same time. Not the best move out of me, but I was, not gonna lie, I was getting a little frustrated with getting rear-ended a lot. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and speed up majority of the race up a little bit because it's literally just me trying to catch back up to Moon and whoever's in front of him. Now, a couple times we got to Lacoxa, and I was debating whether I should give him a little tap on the back or not. Kind of give him an idea on how it feels to be kind of that annoying, but either way, going down the straight after New Holland, I do manage to get back around him. I hit the brakes at the 154 like I normally do, and he takes the turn a little wide. I think he got a little frustrated at the fact that I was able to get right back around him. I could be mistaken, though. He could have just misjudged his braking point, being too focused on me. But either way, get around Campsa now. Trying to catch up to Obi Dunkenobi, who we raced in Spa. Well, we were trying to catch up with in Spa. Don't remember when I recorded this race, but either way. Keeping the Porsche at bay as of right now. Trying to just stay ahead of him. Trying to make sure he knows, hey, look, I've got this move done. You're not catching up, man. And on top of that, he does have an S2000 behind him as well, which, let's face it, they're pretty hard to hold at bay, so trying to get through the chicane. Also, for those wondering, my webcam just did not want to come back on for some reason. I did fix that issue ever since, but either way, going around New Holland, back on the straight. At this point, I'm pretty convinced that I got the move done on Moon. So we're going to go ahead and skip ahead to about halfway through the final lap. Going around Lacoxa, or however you pronounce it. We got a BMW seemingly just not caring about the race anymore. You guys might have not been able to see it, but he was drifting around some of these corners, which, honestly, I don't think is something you want to do in a public race. You can do it in free play all you want, but doing it in an actual public race, that's when it kind of gets a little annoying for other players. We're trying to race, we're trying to have a good time that way, but either way, he's going to get his medicine. He's going to go right into the tire wall. That BMW just turned into a huge paperweight, and we're going to go ahead and cross the line, and what was that, 14th position? 13th position. So we gained 3 spots, had a pretty good lap. Pretty fun race, but let's just go ahead and move on to the next race. Alright, hopping in A-Class this time, because I haven't done it in a while. And we're going to start off this race on a pretty bad note. We got a Ford GT that seemed to forget which side the gas pedal on. Dude, it's the farthest pedal on the right. Just a little reminder there. Don't really know my braking point here on lap 1 at least. And plus, took it a lot slower than I normally, well, I got to it a lot slower than I normally would. But either way, he's ghosted. Trying to be considerate of everyone else on the track right now because I'm trying to race as clean as possible. Right now, traffic is just really bad at the moment. Seems like the 6 a.m. rush. Had to go off track there, and the game decided to give me an illegal pass because I passed the Cadillac right after. Hitting my brakes, and I end up going to the back of that Supra. The other guy goes in the back of me. I don't get penalized, but Whip Games does. I don't know the logic of that one, but kind of concerning if you ask me. And it looks like Ford GT and Supra having a little bit of a shoving battle. I guess the Ford GT wants to really throw its weight around. Probably mad that it's not as OP as its older sister. I'm sure I think I've seen like 2 or 3 of them on the track as well. Here lately, it seems like there's at least 5 people using the meta cars, and it's kind of getting annoying, not gonna lie. Trying to catch up to Chai Bro here, or CH1 Bro. End up blocking the brakes there. End up going a little squirrely. Trying to get around everyone. Finally getting around that Ford GT that was slowing everyone down due to his rather slow nature. Gotta move something real quick. There we go. Alright, going through Campsa, that way I know the track names, or turn names. Getting around Chai Bro real quick, breaking at that 100 board, trying not to go into Zozo though. And Chai Bro does go into the back of me. He does apologize right after, though, so completely unintentional at the end of the day. Now it's just a battle between me and Zozo and Chibro right behind me. Sorry if my voice sounds a little off, by the way. I'm getting over a little cold of sorts. GT40 off making sandcastles. Apparently he was kind of being tired of being in first place the entire time. Probably decided, you know what, let's do a little mess up and see what we could do with that. Now he's trying to get around a Ferrari 40 by the looks of it. And the brakes right at that 150 board. I don't want to go into the back of Zozo there. Trying to take the inside, taking the position for just a split second, but he does have the defensive line, so it makes getting around him that much harder. He gets the better exit, gets right back around me. Now I've got a Medicar right behind me. I'm trying to play it safe, just holding the best line that there is. For those of you that are getting annoyed by people using the Medicars, just use the Forza recommended line. Seems to really slow them down by a lot. So, either way, he does mess up pretty bad. I got the Supra that I hit earlier behind me. So he managed to get around that 4GT without any issues. Finally getting around Zozo as well. Now just trying to keep the position. He does have a lighter car, I think, so he might be able to take these corners a little bit faster and take the inside lane and get around me real easily. But either way, it looks like I do have top speed, so we're just going to go ahead and skip ahead to when I make a really bad mistake, because I end up going off course here. I hit a couple cones. Supra manages to get back around me. And then Zozo tries to make a move, but doesn't really do it too well. I do end up going into the back of the Supra, which is where Zozo does get a little bit of a opening. He gets right beside me. I think I should have gotten at least a tenth of a second in penalties for hitting that Supra. But then, of course, S2000 decides they're going to spin out Zozo there. Not the most ideal way to race there, S2000. Skipping ahead to the close to the final lap, I finally catch up to a Rip 93. I've been chasing him down for a majority of the race, not gonna lie. So I finally get where I pretty much want him. I'm trying to use speed to my advantage. He does start going a little squirrely. I missed my braking point and prove that even though a lot of idiots are coming back to the game, I am still among the idiots of the game. So just goes to show that even though I've been playing the game for a little bit, I still make mistakes a lot. So we're just going to go ahead and speed the rest of this lap up. We got the timer there. Trying to catch up the Rip. I'm not sure if maybe I could do it, but I do go off track there. Catch a little bit of sand there. I had to kick some off. I'm sure people would want a little more sand to play with to make their sand castles and whatever. But anyways, we do cross across the line in 11th. Not really my best race, but at the same time, it's been the first time I've been in A-class for a while. So with that being said, guys, just pretend I said something important here to get you to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys next time. See y'all later.